So what are the things that I've learned in the whole process of making this film? First, I will start with the disappointment. Disappointment can be from yourself or from the people that are around you. Being an independent filmmaker, sometimes you work with people that have no experience being on set. That means you work extra effort and extra energy to help them to be more connected with the crew or more efficient. Communication-wise, job-wise, the way they execute their task, you have to be patient, you have to be ready for people to make mistakes, and sometimes sometimes it happened in my set. People had conflicts of interest and then they fight, and you have to be their judge, their father, their friends, and at the same time you have to be a director. The only thing I could tell you, or the method that I've always believed in, is that at the end of the day, you need to live on set with the movie. So that's what I've learned, and I think it's being an independent filmmaker is the only thing that you need is being courageous enough to believe that this has to happen. You have worked so hard to make it happen, so you have to finish no matter what. The disappointment from people is that sometimes people expect instant result, especially first-time actors, that they think after they are done filming, next week they'll be able to see the movie. And not alone that, in my society, people expect after they played in the movie, they expect next thing is the money. I had the advantage of working with the actors that I worked with them before. Some I was able to pay and some I was able to pay them less. But when you tell them the truth, the facts about filmmaking and the whole process it takes the movie to go out there, to make money or even not to make money, they can become a bit disappointed, and it hurts yourself also, like I kind of feel like I'm their hero. It's like a big responsibility. And then so the other disappointment I would like to point out is from your role models. They can be your role models, or sometimes I call them gatekeepers. You made your movie, you worked so hard for your movie, and when you're trying to share with them or when you are premiering it, you're trying to invite them, and they come up with a big excuses, or they have millions of reasons to tell you that why you made this movie, you should not be, you should have made A, B, C, D type of stories, and it kind of break your heart, and you feel like I've wasted my time, and other people that you think they'll celebrate with you sometimes and they are not. It's because life is like that. We are born differently, we have imagination differently, we have life experience differently. Some people like to make certain movies, some people like to make different movies. We all make movies. So, and I think when you have people that you respect and admire, people confuse it also. The admiration you have for them, they think you worship them, and they can try to impose their ideologies on you. Which myself, sometimes I'm trying to be very conscious when young people come to me and say, hey bro, I like what you do, and I try to be very fair with my inputs towards their work. I try to be very conscious on the things that I say, not to put walls and boundaries. I let my opinion be open and limitless, you know, like you can do what you want, you can tell your stories. Stories, they are different, to tell what you believe, and life is like that. Life is like that. You can not please everyone. Another thing I've learned in this journey is distribution. I've produced few stuff in the past of myself. I made them distributed locally in my country. I made few money, and I've learned lessons from that atmosphere. But right now, this kind of project I produced, I need some sort of business-minded person that can help to take it out there. And not necessarily like expecting to be in the box office, that kind of thing, but it's just someone to be able to say, hey, I know the way how to take these kind of projects, this and that place. And I'm a filmmaker, and this is a problem for many of us filmmakers. The line between filmmaking and distribution is kind of like gray. We struggle a lot when it comes to that because it requires a lot of efforts, a lot of meetings, a lot of, they say you have to have exposure, you have to have connections. And most of us filmmakers, we are indoors, we are behind cameras all the time, which is not bad thing and it's kind of like have its own faults, but we cannot do everything, and that's why producers shine on this sector. So I really hope someone will see this film and will be able to distribute it for me. But apart from that, I've sent it to a few festivals. It's just make me happy, like people will eventually see it. When I go to Tanzania, I will screen it to the crew and actors and everyone that's involved. Speaking of festivals, so in 2018, I helped a friend of mine to make a film which made to few festivals across the world. It was a beautiful experience, me knowing that our movie that we made, it's out there shining. We could see in the news, some television in France, and it was very exciting. Yes, that was it. That's all I knew about it, and I didn't really put my feet on festivals until now when I have my own movie. It's a beautiful experience. So when I was doing research and looking for festivals to submit my movie, I came across something is called festival submission fee. It's value from like $5, $10, and way up. Depends on how big the festival is. For someone like me who produced the film by myself with this micro budget, it's a bit painful because those big names festivals, you could see the prices, and at the same time it doesn't guarantee if your film will be selected. You are competing with a very big production from Hollywood. Imagine me sending my movie and the Joker, most of the time in Hollywood, you can't like come to your senses, like let me be a bit realistic. I don't think if they'll give any attention to this film of mine and ignore Tarantino's movies. I don't know, I don't want to put borders to myself, but it's a kind of bit reasonable. And the fees themselves, some festivals they are very cheap, some festivals they are free. Depends with the credibility of the festival. But the fee that they correct, if your movie is not selected, it's a bit pity because they don't even give you feedback why they didn't choose your movie. So as a filmmaker, I feel like it's should be the other way around. Like if I send you my movie and I pay for the submission, they should have a courtesy even just to write to me an email and say, look, we had A, B, C, D that we didn't like about your movie, and we had these things that your movie was very beautiful. It's the more constructive, and it helped me in the future to make a good movie. Also, other things that I learned about festivals when I was researching from the University of YouTube is that it looks like when the movie is very successful on festivals, will not be successful commercially, because a lot of distributors, they consider movies that are doing well in festivals are more like artistic film. That's why they say you're not gonna see Spider-Man movie in festivals. You're never gonna see these big superhero movies in festivals because they have their own world. These indie films, they have their own vibe and taste to the festivals. I didn't know this before making this film. It was in my head all the time, like why I never seen superheroes movie in festivals, but I didn't really pay attention and trying to see what's the reason behind. And it kind of makes sense, you know? Imagine sending the Avengers to the festivals and spoiling the end, and the people from the festivals watching it and leaking the information about the movie, and it's a big millions of money movie. It's like it's the ecosystem. It's kind of like balanced itself. They have money to produce these big movies. They can market it on everywhere in the world. Also, I think at the same time, festival can be a very good thing. You can meet filmmakers, you can meet producers. I know people that met important people in the festivals. So above all these ups and downs, what are the achievements? For me, as a filmmaker, having a story burning inside me, it is like having a secret that you cannot confess. So being able to have a story in my mind every day, I cannot sleep, and being able to go out there and shoot it, edit it, and make it alive and see it on screen, for me, that's a big success. It's something that makes me so happy. My movie will be screening in September 1st here in Spain, in the town that we live in, Catalonia. I'm very excited about it. We have the venue ready, we tested it on screen, how it looks. Man, it feels so good to see your own work in a big screen. It's unbelievable. It's like the feelings, they make you feel like you are on top of the world. it doesn't matter who is gonna come, who is gonna be there. I don't care. I don't know why. Maybe I'm stupid, but it makes me so happy. Also, my film is selected in a film festival here in Catalonia. So I'm very excited also to see the people, they're enjoying the movie on screen, people from different culture and background, to see how they take my art. For me, it's a win. I am very excited about it. And also, I'm waiting for the result from the Zanzibar International Film Festival in my country. It's the biggest festival in Tanzania. A lot of people from across the world comes for that festival, and it's amazing. If I am selected, I'll be over the moon. It's exciting. I cannot imagine to be there and to be with the crew and to be with the cast and just to share ideas and talk, and everything feels right. And I have quit a lot of things in my life, and I've been in the filmmaking for almost 10 years now, and it's something that I've never thought of quitting. So that means this is true love. Thank you so much for staying all this long and watching me talking all these things about movies and bullshit. Thank you so much for watching, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, and I respect a lot for your time. Thank you so much. See you next time.